Alrighty, people, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, folks. Hope everyone is having an amazing day out there. Glad to have you guys here for another weather update, my friends, as we do have ourselves, unfortunately, some more severe weather to deal with here. Luckily, not really anytime soon. It's kind of for next week, but my goodness, we're going to have to keep an eye out there for it. But what's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing good. We're going to go ahead and jump right on into it, my friends. Let's go ahead and see who we got here for today. We got ourselves TRG. We have Table. We have John. We have Lucky. We have Caden. We have Double Rose. Let's see, Remington. We got ourselves John. We have Double Rose. See, Luzia. I hope I'm saying your name right. We got Roadster Jim. What's up, dude? Hope you're doing all right. We got Shadow. What's up, everybody? Jesse's here. Hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, glad to have you guys here for another update. So we got ourselves, like I said, a bit more severe weather to deal with here coming up for next week. We're going to have to be watching the weather pretty closely here for next Thursday. Next Thursday is the day that we are going to be seeing another storm system roll through. So let's go ahead and see if this works here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the SPCs. Oh, that's not even the SPC. Okay, we're going to bring up the SPC's outlook here. Regarding the event, and there you go. What do you know? It actually works this time. So there you go. So we got ourselves this area right here, as of now, is in the risk here according to the Storm Prediction Center. So this includes basically northern portions of Texas, including Wichita Falls region, towards Seymour, Vernon, Memphis, and eastern Panhandle, Texas. You guys are in the severe weather threat here coming up for Thursday. This also works its way up here towards Oklahoma, just shy of Oklahoma City there. But this does include like Lawton area, Altus, Elk City, Woodward. Let's see here, Hennessy, some of those regions, and then we dive our way up here into Kansas, right there towards Wichita, included Dodge City in Kansas. See Great Bend, we got Hayes, Phillipsburg, Beloit. See Minneapolis. So some of those regions there will be at risk here regarding Thursday. Now, is Thursday going to be the only day regarding severe weather? Probably not, to be honest with you. We'll have to continue watching it, though. Like I said, this is about all we know as of right now regarding the SPC. But let's go ahead and dive on into the models, guys. We got ourselves a little bit we're going to talk about here. We're going to do a little bit of model analysis here with the GFS model, just to kind of see what we got going on here with the latest GFS model and all that fun stuff. So there you go. There she is. So as we approach our way over here into basically late Thursday, it's going to continue. I think this will be a continuing threat possibly into Friday as well. Because here, let's actually dive a little further south here. There you go. Yeah, so here, this is actually for late Friday on this scan here. This is like for the evening on Friday, and it does show ourselves a pretty big open area of instability still available. So like I said, it's going to start Thursday. It's going to start Thursday once again across areas along like, north central Texas, going through Oklahoma and into portions of Kansas here for the afternoon and evening here of Thursday. And then, like I was saying, it's going to continue into Friday more than likely. Maybe even into Saturday. Look at that. Look at the available instability in the atmosphere coming up for Saturday, according to the GFS model. That, if you don't know what that is, that's basically the fuel for these thunderstorms. It's the energy, and there is a lot of it here, according to GFS here. This could be a multi-day severe weather event here, possibly even kicking off into Monday as well. I mean, shoot, anything further than that's just kind of in la-la land, like I always say. But this is not just going to be for next Thursday, more than likely. Just given this storm system developing, really pulling up a lot of warm air, really bringing down some cooler air, and just shooting its way up here to the northeast here. So this is going to be more than likely a multi-day severe weather event here. But like I said, obviously, we're kind of pushing pretty far down in time here, but we have had enough confidence over the last couple of days, actually, about this storm system's existence. So at this point, it's very well likely going to happen. It is very, very well likely going to happen. I mean, we go back to previous models. Like I said, we'll go and hop back over here to the GFS still, just a different program or just a different site here. So like I said, if I hop back over here to the models, you can see here right for Thursday's commute and all that fun stuff here. Let's see here. Yeah, so with that storm system developing there, let me double check on this. This is not right. Something's not lined up here. Oh, I'm on the wrong date there. There we go. I was about to say, someone lined up there. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. Okay, so yeah, there's that system kicking off here for basically Thursday. So then we go back to the model run under this one. So this is the latest GFS. The previous model run still shows that system. So that's 6 hours before. Another model run before it is still there. Another model run, still there, still there, still there, still there, still there. So you can kind of see how it's been there for a long time on the models. So that is agreement. That is consistency, and that's what you look for in the models. And we are seeing that consistency still there, which is showing us here that we are seeing that storm system just continually showing up, which that means more than likely it's going to happen at this point. So, but yeah, let's go and hop all the way back over here to the other models here. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look more at some of the other ingredients here that we have in place for the storm system here overall. So obviously we have this guy that pops up. So yeah, Thursday is going to be the day. Late Thursday is kind of what it's looking like. You know, decent amount of instability. But let's take a look at those lower level winds. Okay, so GFS does show a pretty strong lower level jet, especially out there towards Oklahoma and Kansas there. Obviously, you know, these exact credentials should be taken with a grain of salt. They should be taken lightly right now, just considering that we are still, you know, a couple of days away from this event here. But you know, it's good to get an idea just to kind of see where we're at with the models and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously as we continue down for the next couple of days, we're going to, you know, keep you guys updated with all that. But yeah, so, I mean, honestly, pretty strong lower level winds. So if you don't know what that means, if we have strong lower level winds, especially these northerlies like this, that in theory could spark a couple tornadoes, you know, because the wind shear is very important for tornadoes to develop. Let's take a look at our mid-level winds here. Okay, so we do have a bit of veering, as you can see. So what that means is that, you know, as we go up in altitude, right, as we, you know, towards the ground level, the winds are moving north. As we go up in altitude, the wind direction changes to the northeast. So that change, that sudden change in wind direction and wind speed allows for some lower level winds, or lower level spin to kick off there. So here's our middle atmosphere winds. You can see they're pointing northeast in this case. And if we take a look at our lower level winds, you can actually see how they're just pretty much moving north for the most part. Actually, you know what? Let's just grab one for right here. So here's our northerly winds at our lower atmosphere. They're moving directly north. And our mid-level winds are moving this way. So you see how there's that change in wind direction with altitude? So that is what gives spin in the atmosphere, and that's what can cause tornadoes. So that's a very well possibility for Thursday. Tornadoes does seem to be likely. Okay, so we'll keep an eye out there for that. Like I said, don't take this, you know, super seriously right now. It is still a couple days away. Obviously, models can change a bit, but like I said, it's just good to kind of get a base of where we're at right now. But like I said, the models have been agreeing with this stuff for, you know, quite a few days actually. So it's, you know, it's quite likely that this is going to happen. And like I said, even the SPC has enough confidence they put that risk out there for Thursday overall. So anyways, but let's go and progress further down in time. Now, let me go ahead and say, like I said, obviously, the further we go down in time, the more potentially inaccurate it could become. But here, moving into Friday, like I was saying, I think Friday as well could be another day worth of severe weather here. Because like I said, we have a lot of widespread instability, unstable air in the atmosphere. As you can see, a lot of energy according to the GFS there. So a lot of instability will be available here. So we'll definitely keep an eye out there for that. So enough for thunderstorms to fire. And like I was saying, our low-level winds in place there. We do got some lower-level winds. So, you know, that's something we'll need to definitely monitor there. Mid-level winds are actually a little weaker on this time frame here, but then we drive away over here in the Saturday, you know, like late Saturday. At this point, Saturday might even be some of the biggest of the severe weather. Wow. Okay, that's actually a little concerning there. So here, so look at that. So that's here for Saturday. Wow, that's honestly a little concerning. So there's a big pool of instability, right? A huge amount of unstable air there in that green. That's our instability. In our lower level winds, they're very strong. We got that trough, that big dip in the jet stream there. Wow. Okay, so that's going to amplify some of those winds. Mid-level winds here too. Pretty decent. Let me just grab a sounding. I know, like I said, I know this is a little far down in time, but let me just grab a little sounding here for then. Let's just go ahead and see what this has to show us here. I'm actually going to full screen this for you guys. Just kind of get a look at things. Wow. Okay, so that's fairly decent. Wow. Okay, so yeah, we'll definitely need to watch out for that. Like I said, you know, it should be taken with a grain of salt, like I was saying. But that is a pretty large amount of instability there. So like I said, it starts for Thursday, goes into Friday here. So there's Friday there. And then, of course, moving into Saturday, and then maybe even into Sunday as well. So this is going to be a pretty big system that's going to develop here. So we'll definitely need to watch very closely for this guy, for sure. anyways, let's go ahead and get to some of these comments here. Sorry, I just wanted to go ahead and get everything out there, just and let you guys know what's going on. Let's see here. But welcome, everybody. Hope everyone's doing good. Ken says late for the video, but let's see. Will Mobile see any of this? At this point, it's a little far down the time to be able to be specific to see if Mobile will be able to see it. But like I said, from what we've been seeing on the models here, I mean that progression of the storms will most likely occur. We will likely see those storms kick up there. Once again, starting here for Thursday. Okay, going into Friday here, and then for Saturday, continuing, and then maybe even into Sunday as well. Anything further than that's just a little unknown. But yeah, for Mobile, it's a little hard to tell right now, my friend, honestly. But regardless, pretty strong system. You can see that low pressure system kicking up there towards like Iowa at this point. This is for basically Sunday, and you got that cold front coming down. I mean, this is probably going to bring a lot of cooler temperatures as well. And you're going to notice quite the warming period ahead of that front there, because we're going to get that warm front. Basically, a lot of warm air coming up from the Gulf here. It's going to make things very, very warm for the deep south here coming up with this system here. Let's actually go ahead and look at that real quickly. Wow. Yeah, look at that. So it does definitely bring down some pretty cool temperatures here. Nothing absolutely insane, but it's definitely pretty cool. It definitely is going to be very warm in the south. I'll tell you that one. Look at that. That's a pretty strong system there. So yeah, we'll definitely need to watch out for the temperatures as well. Let's see here. Tandy says, thank you for your hard work. I see sub-duty coverage on Kansas a few days ago. Love to tune in. Well, glad to have you here, Tandy. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. But yeah, so like I said, that is a little concerning to me. I think Saturday, like late Saturday, that might be a little bit of a mess if models continue to hold up on that. That could be a thing, kind of coming up here for, the Midwest here for Saturday. Maybe even further down south as well, as we have a lot of instability. And like I was saying, our lower level winds are also very strong for that day, so that's a little concerning. Bustin, thank you, dude, for being a tropical stormer. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Appreciate the support, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up here a little bit to see if I missed any comments here. Let's see here. See, I hate the heat. I'm a winter guy. Break out sweats during the winter. Just living. Yeah, I hear you, man. I am the same way to some degree. See, here's the thing. I'm very mixed. See, I like the cool of winter, but I like the weather of summer, like thunderstorms and as bad as it sounds, hurricanes. I mean, they're pretty fun to track, not going to lie. I love tracking hurricanes. Not the damage they cause, obviously. That's what I don't like about them. But, also just the thrill of severe weather during the summer. It's scary to some, but for, weather enthusiasts, it's pretty cool sometimes. But like I said, it's it has a lot of mixed feelings. A lot of mixed feelings about that for sure. But anyways, yeah, so like I was saying, guys, we're going to really have to watch out there, and I'm going to go ahead and bring y'all back over here to this page for 1 minute. So yeah, like I said, the Storm Prediction Center, they already have a risk out there for Thursday across these areas here. So once again, portions out there towards like north central Texas, going through like west, central and western Oklahoma, and also places out there towards like central, portions of Kansas. So like I was explaining here, guys, once again, this does include areas like Wichita Falls, Texas. You guys are in that 15% risk zone, right there towards Oklahoma City too. This goes for Lawton, Altus. We have Elk City, Woodward. And obviously working our way over here into Kansas as well, including Wichita, Great Bend, Dodge City, Phillipsburg, Minneapolis. Some of those regions there is going to be in the risk here for Thursday. Now, as of now, like I was saying here regarding the severe weather, I mean, this is day 7. For day 8, they don't got anything right now, which this would be for next Friday. They don't have anything right now, which, it's obviously extended range forecasting. This is a little bit down the line, right? So there is still a lot of things that could potentially change on the system. But, the overall existence of the system at this point is very, very likely. Just given, like I said, that constant model support for the last several days, just showing this event happening overall. So that's what we got to really look out there for. We're going to bring you all back over here to the models, though. We're going to keep an eye out there for those. Actually, you know what I want to do? I do want to bring up the other models, like the like the ECMWF. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look and see what the European model has to say about that. It's obviously good to grab more than just one model opinion. You don't want to be biased to one model, of course, because, well, it's just not how you do things in weather. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're going to pull up the severe weather, or the instability there. We're going to have to drop a model because that's the short-range European model run. Here we go. Here's the long-range one. Okay, so here we go. So we work our way down here in time. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, the European model, whoa. Definitely agrees with GFS on that. Look at all that instability. Holy cow. So that's for the 27th, which that is for Saturday. I think Saturday, honestly, might be the biggest day if things continue to trend this way. I mean, like I was saying, we do have plenty of model agreement on this already. And this is pretty far down the time. But yeah, we're talking over 2,000 joules per kilogram. I mean, some of that instability even working its way up there towards like the Midwest. Wow, Western Ohio Valley. I mean, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. That definitely is a little concerning here. So let's see. That's for 18 Zulu on Saturday. Let's compare it to GFS. 18 Zulu on Saturday. Here we go. So coming up 18 Zulu. Wow. Okay, so there you go. You can see that's... Let's see here. Bring 18 Zulu. It's hard to... Oh my gosh. Come on. There we go. But yeah, there you go. GFS there showing... It doesn't go as high up north as, you know, the European models. The European model had these areas as well included in that instability or that unstable air mass. But yeah, the GFS keeps it pretty low. But regardless, you know, like I said, probability here of severe weather in the deep south at these areas here towards like the southern central plains and, you know, the southern Midwest and portions of the deep south, there very well could be severe weather out there. Like I said, I'm honestly really surprised on what the European model has to say with all that. Like that's, yeah, Euro goes pretty hard when it comes to this system here, upcoming. So, I mean, look at that. That's just. I know, like I said, I know this is several days away, but the fact that we're getting this amount of agreement this early on, that's pretty crazy. Anyways, let's see here. How big are the dew points, says Alice. Good point. Good point. Yeah, let's look at those dew points here. I'm sure they're going to be pretty high with all that moisture advection we have. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good enough. Here for 18 Zulu on Saturday. Yeah, look at that. Dew points well in the 60s, you know, so you're higher your dew point. So basically what that means, guys, we use our dew points to measure like lower level moisture for these storms because, you know, storms they start with the surface, right? So you get all that warm air on the surface that just shoots up in the atmosphere, cools down, condenses, and just creates these big towers of clouds, which eventually turns into thunderstorms. But yeah, so the higher the dew point is, basically the more moisture the air can hold, which means that the more available moisture those storms can have, and the more violent, or I wouldn't call it violent, but the more rapid, condensing could occur, which could allow for storms to be pretty severe, pretty strong. So, I mean, if we have, like I said, dew points here well in the 60s, I mean, we have that even advecting all the way up into, like I said, the the Midwest and like the Western Ohio Valley. Like dew points are in the 60s. Very rich down in the deep south here towards like Texas and some of these areas with that great instability. That could be a little concerning, with that deep moisture advection down there, down in these regions here. That's definitely a little bit concerning there. Let's go and take a look at those winds. I'm curious to see the lower level winds according to, obviously the European model here. Obviously the GFS did show a really, wow, holy cow. Yeah, so the GFS really did show, there you go. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So that's for, here we go, 18 Zulu. Look at that. Some areas, I mean, obviously, once again, take this with a grain of salt. I mean, models, they're not perfect, but when you see a bit of agreement like this, then that's when you can start putting a little more trust into the models here. I mean, yeah, that could be pretty significant, though. Those lower level winds there, though, that's pretty significant, actually. I mean, like 50 knot lower level jet there. I mean, the GFS also agrees with that too. If we bring the GFS model up now, yeah, I mean, look at those strong winds. Yeah, they're obviously different to an extent, of course, but they do show the same thing in regarding to a lot of strong, lower level winds there. Which, you know, if you don't know, that could definitely mean some tornadoes. Unfortunately, we'll have to watch out for that. Let's see here. Ohio Valley boundary is crazy. I'm 32. I've never heard CDB called apart. It goes down to Tennessee. Makes zero sense. I want no ties to Ohio. Dude, honestly, you know, like I was saying though, I mean this could be a multi-day event. Like I was saying, more than likely it will be a multi-day event. You know, between like the GFS and the European model, just based off the support that we have right now, it's concerning. It is a little concerning here. I mean, just the sheer amount of instability that both the models do show, and the amount of like area that's involved, that's pretty big. Let's see here. Aiden, thank you, dude. Or Catman, one of my mods here. Member for 9 months, Cat One Club. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Saying hello, everyone. It's been great to be a part of the awesome community. And I cannot wait to see how much more growth can come in the next year. Aiden, what's up, man? Hope you're doing good, Catman. Or Aiden. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. When are we expecting these storms for Topeka, Kansas? So, like I mentioned, the storm predictions they already do have risk out for Thursday. And Topeka is not included as of now. So this is for Thursday. You'll probably have your storms on Friday, if I'm going to be quite frank with you. Probably Friday. Maybe, I mean, you could see some Thursday, Friday. You know, obviously the exact fine point perspective is still a little blurry right now, but just given the way that the models are talking right now, I mean, yeah, there could be severe weather out there by Thursday, maybe even Friday too. So we'll have to watch out there, I'm sure. You know, that's going to be one of the regions there where we do have a decent abundance of instability, which, you know, could allow for, once again, a multi-day severe weather event going on there. I mean, like I said, between both GFS and European, like I was saying, the European model, like I was mentioning, you know, obviously shows that instability way further up north than the GFS, but they both heavily agree in terms of a really good amount of instability for like a lot of these areas of the country, you know, Midwest, Central Plains, Southern Plains, places of the Southeast. You know, it's definitely, definitely that. But, you know, we'll definitely need to watch this one pretty closely. I think so. Let's see here. Is there going to be severe weather from Michigan? At that point, like I said, I'm a little skeptical on if Michigan will get severe weather. I'm not going to go that far and say it will. We'll just let the models marinate for a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going to say that we're going to get severe weather there because I'm simply, in that region, not really know. Like I said, you know, not really know there. But overall, I mean, like, you know, for other areas, you know, down towards like the Central Plains and like the Southern Plains and those regions, yeah, it definitely does seem quite likely that we'll get some severe weather in these areas here coming up for next week there. From next week, late next week into next weekend, that's kind of when that's going to really start to pop off there. And like I was saying, you know, with the lower level jet and all that stuff like we have in place too, potentially, that the models are showing here, I mean, this could be... could be a whopper here. I mean, this will be taking place between like the 25th and like the 26th, 27th. It's gonna be it's a pretty decent system there from what it looks like. Let me go ahead and hop over here. We're gonna switch over to this real quickly here. Let me go ahead and bring y'all back over here for 1 minute. So like I was saying, yeah, here's our risk that we have out right now. Like I was saying for coming up here for Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Like I was saying, up in the northern side of Texas, so yeah, already we already have risks out there by the SPC. Like I was saying, you know, Wichita Falls, you guys are at risk here for Thursday. Near Oklahoma City, Lawton, Elk City, Oklahoma, central western side of the state. Same thing for areas out there by like Kansas, you know, Wichita, and all that stuff. I actually want to go ahead and see what the SPC has to say about this as well. So let me bring y'all back over here to the full screen for a minute. curious to see their wording on this here. Let's see, low level moisture. Let's see here. Instability will be in place. Much of the southern plains strong to severe thunderstorms could develop. Dry line across portion of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. Models suggest shortwave trough will move across the southern plains on Friday. Despite predictability remaining low, let's see, relatively large spread amount of models. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so they are talking about that lower level jet, that strong, those strong lower level winds we were talking about with that shortwave trough. So that's what's really going to spark those winds there, is that trough that we have. And, that'll allow for a lot of that northerly advection of, a lot of moisture and, warm air in general, just to roll their way up through the country here. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's do mixed layer cape with Hodographs. That's going to be pretty interesting to see here. Need to hop back to our long-range European model run. Here, let me make this look a little better for you guys. We're going to zoom in on this here. There you go. So you see a bunch of noodles here. Yeah, so basically, the noodles we're called Hodographs. Hodographs, we basically measure the wind direction and wind speed with altitude. It's a plot that measures that. Let's see here. I mean, just because we can, we're going to grab a sounding here. You should take it lightly, of course. Given it's still a couple days away. It's hard to see the Hodograph, but there is a bit of curvature. There is a bit of a churning motion there. We do have a possible hazard threat, they always say. An event like this. So previous analogs here definitely could be a hail supporter too. Wow, hail producer. We'll have to watch out for that. But yeah, so this could be like a multi-threat type of storm here. Let's try one of these guys. We're gonna grab a sounding here for actually Friday. Once again, like I said, guys, take these with a grain of salt. Once again, these are not gonna be perfect, but yeah. So there is a lot of curvature to our Hodographs here. There is definitely a bit of churning in our lower atmosphere, so that's gonna possibly create a tornado concern. Pretty good mid-level instability there too, with pretty dry mid-level atmosphere there too. So that definitely could support some big hail. Like, that's a big hail sounding. Oh wow, dude! Downdraft energy. Even damaging winds there. That's definitely a triple threat sounding there. Thursday sounding is kind of hard to take because a lot of it's capped out according to GFS, but Friday here is what the GFS doesn't show as much of a cap. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to hop to the previous GFS run. We're going to see how they compare. So here's 12 Zulu here. So here's the previous run beforehand. Literally not much difference at all. Very similar. Yeah, there's Friday there showing big pool of instability there. And then see here Saturday. And Sunday. Wow. Yeah, so between those two model runs there, I mean, they're a little different, obviously, but they have the same general idea in place there. There's not much of a change with that. Let's see. What's up, Brian? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Could I look at that little storm in Johnson City, Tennessee? It's not currently severe. Yeah, we have no warnings right now, so it's fine. Let's see here. See, Lucky Dog says, so far, Southeast Indiana seems to be involved most of the time. Yeah. You guys down in, you said, Indiana. We did get some pretty nasty storms down there in southern Indiana just the other day. That was pretty strong. What's up, Andrew? Fellow Andrew here. Let's see, what's going to be the weather for North Iowa next week? So like I said, Iowa could be in one of the areas we need to watch out for. It depends. It depends on if the models continue to agree with this or not. Also depends on that position of that low that we have, that low pressure system right here. That's going to be the main engine of the storm system, just kicking up those winds and all that stuff and bringing up that warm air to create that instability with the pre-existing colder air in the atmosphere. So that's... Yeah, it could be stormy there. Like I said, I'm not too confident on that yet, but it it looks like that what we got going on here is a multi-day severe weather event coming up for later next week into the weekend. So I see a lot of busy times ahead of us. Yeah, so the day's going to start is Thursday. Thursday we get the start of the severe weather event, and then I think it's going to really pick off like Friday and Saturday. I mean, if models do end up trending and continue to show this would be a big event for Saturday. Like widespread severe weather. I mean, because we have tons of instability, and plus, like I was saying, with our lower level wind shear and stuff like that, I mean, it's pretty hefty in some places, which I definitely think we could get some tornadoes, unfortunately, if you know, all models continue to show what they're showing. I mean, models do agree on that. Let's see here. Like, here's yeah, look at that. So there's your European model showing that lower level jet, and then here's your GFS model. You know, they're pretty similar. They are pretty similar. You know, for this time period. I don't know if, let's see. Let me check a look at this. I don't know if yeah, I don't think the ECMWF on this program has instability, but I mean, we looked at it on the other site there, and actually the European model shows more of that instability moving further up north. Andrew says, are they expecting tornadoes and stuff? For this event in general, yeah, we'll probably have some tornadic activity, unfortunately. And I think, you know, honestly, some pretty big hail there too. Could be a bit of a concern here. Let me grab a sounding for Friday. Like I said, we gotta take this with a grain of salt for the next couple of days, but you know, it's pointing in the right direction with the amount of model agreement that we do have already. So like northeastern Texas, you know, like we have like a little break in the cap out here towards for late Friday. For the areas in blue, you know, the green area that's showing a pretty good amount of instability in our atmosphere. We're gonna grab a sounding up here in northeast Texas just to see what it is, but you know, just take a look at it. I mean, you know, with that lower level jet and how strong those wind shear is, I mean, it's gonna be probably like also a damaging wind producer there too. Yeah, lower level winds on that particular sounding is not too crazy, actually. That's more mild. Yeah, but look at that. So our downdraft energy, basically our decape there. If I can bring it up there for you guys. There you go. See where it says decape? That is 1,200. That's a lot of downdraft energy. So what that means is that could amplify some of those damaging wind gusts. So it's basically harder forcing air smacking the ground there, allowing for, you know, more damaging wind gusts. You know, obviously, if this was the case that we had some pretty strong lower level winds as well, with decape values like that could really support even stronger wind gusts. So, but I mean, we'll have to see it. Let's grab one for Arkansas. Let's just grab one in southern Arkansas just to kind of see what we got going on here. Same thing, slight curvature, so that could support a couple isolated tornadoes probably. Yeah, decape's pretty high as well. Yeah, so it does seem like it's going to be a high instability environment here more than likely. I mean, like I said, we hop back to the latest GFS run, and you can see how it's literally like pretty similar. It's a little bit of a different. So the previous run, it's more of a timing thing. It might look like a different positional thing, but if we go back in timing, it's a little different. But, you know, the story is still the same from the last couple of GFS runs and stuff like that. So, let's see here. Anyways, any tornadoes and stuff in Iowa. So, yeah, like I said, Andrew, it's a little early to tell, man. You know, whenever it comes to it, my friend, it's definitely too early to tell. Now, there could be severe weather out there. But like I said, there's a lot of different factors that lean on it. Like I said, it depends on how far north that advection is, how much moisture we get up here, where the position of that low is. That's the most important there, because that'll show us where we have those strongest winds and all that stuff. That the position of the low is very important here. Mark, thank you, dude, for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate it. Saying, well, another late fee. What's up, Mark? Hope you're doing good, man. Thank you so much for the $5, dude. I appreciate that very, very much. Huge shout out goes to you, Mark. Thank you, man, for the support. Appreciate it. Definitely helps out a lot. Keeps the food on the table. So thank you so much, Mark. You rock, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, but it's too early to tell for Iowa. You know, I'm not as confident up there as I am for areas like in the deep south, you know, in the Midwest there, you know, for like the southern Midwest. You know, like I said, both the European model, we'll hop back to Euro here. We'll hop back to the ECMWF here, which is the European model. And like I was saying, between the two models, you can see here's European model. I mean, look at that. Oh, didn't mean to grab a sounding there. I do that all the time. Yeah, I mean, look at that. So there's a lot of instability that builds in here. Starting up for Thursday, going into Friday, and then Saturday. Yeah, look at that. A lot of instability. I mean, like I said, some of that instability even working its way out there towards like the Midwest, upper Midwest. Yeah, that's where the models do differ a little bit. Because like I was saying, the European model, it does show, once again, Mark, thank you, dude, appreciate it. You know, like I said, the European model does show a lot of that thunderstorm juice, the instability working its way up here towards, you know, the Midwest and, you know, even near the Ohio Valley there. But the GFS on the other hand, while it still agrees with a lot of instability available, you know, a lot for the deep south here, it doesn't agree as much for areas up in these regions. So it's a little bit different there, as you can kind of tell. Maybe for Sunday it could get a little closer. Wow, dude. But that's, like I said, that's a little far for my liking of forecasting. You know, I don't like to look too far out because obviously the further we look out there, the more. So like I said, the further we look out there, ignore the dogs, by the way. Like I said, the further that we look out there, the more, you know, inconsistency and the more inaccuracy there could be there. So that's just something to look out there for. Anyways, yeah, like I said, y'all, ignore the dogs. My brother's letting the dogs out. They're going crazy. Let's see here. Late fees should be banned. I agree. Mark, you did not have to do that, man. What's up, James? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Roy? Hope you're doing good, my friend. But yeah, so like I said, you know, models do show a lot of that, and they also do agree for the most part, like regarding the, you know, the wind shear and stuff like that, you know, regarding the, you know, how strong those winds are. I mean, like I said, we have a really amplified lower level jet there. You know, like I said, our lower level jet is definitely is amplified. So yeah, on both models, you know, GFS there was showing pretty strong lower level winds. Let's see our European model here too. Let's see here. Yeah, once again, kind of showing that same thing there. Pretty similar on both parts there. So, I mean, this is definitely going to be a pretty good storm system, I think. I really do. I really do, unfortunately. Let's see here. Roy says, is it going to rain tomorrow? Yeah, in some places it will rain tomorrow. Let's see here. Bring up the GFS on this page here. Let's see here. So, actually, yeah, we got ourselves a new system developing tonight, which will allow for the south to get a bit of rainfall for the next little bit. And actually, if we hop over here back to satellite view, right up here, you can actually already see that system developing there. So if you look at the infrared scan on satellite, see that? A bit of that rain starting. Actually, have a thunderstorm up there in some of those upper elevations of northern Mexico. You can see that big plume of convection there. Yeah, also had a couple storms out here in Georgia and Alabama, but these guys aren't severe. Yeah, nothing to worry about with these ones. I mean, we do got a little marginal today, I should mention. You know, just a little. Actually, they got rid of it, I think. Yeah, it's no longer there. Never mind. We don't. We're good. Yeah, we don't really have any concern for today regarding severe weathers and all that stuff. So that's good news. But yeah, a little bit of rain for the deep south here could be expected over the next little bit. Let me hop y'all back over here. We'll actually look at the blend of models for a minute. I want to see. I'll go ahead and show you guys, you know, a good idea on how much rain we could see out of this storm system here. It's probably not going to be anything significant, which it's not. You know, throughout the next couple of days here across like Georgia, you know, we could see some areas up to an inch maybe. Most areas up to about a half an inch overall. Let's see here. And of course you can see for like the southern plains and like Texas and areas like Louisiana and stuff. You know, this could be a little heavier out here. You know, maybe between like 1 and maybe 2 inches there. We could have ourselves, you know, maybe a bit more rain out in some of those regions. So, you know, I would expect a little more out there in these areas here, because the blended models basically just mashing a bunch of models together just shows that little bit of rainfall. But yeah, that's going to happen between tonight and tomorrow, guys. Just expect a bit of rain out there. Just a little bit of stuff going on out there. But anyways, but yeah, we're gonna hop on back. What's that? Is that a new model? Whoa, GraphCast. What? I knew ECMWF had an AI enhanced model, but the GFS? What the heck? I've never heard of this one. I have never heard of this one here. That is very interesting. Huh. Okay, well, it's probably going to be very bad. It's probably not going to be a good model. It's a new NAM, probably. Anyways, let's see here. Yeah, Aiden, it's a new model. I haven't seen that one before. That's something they just added, because they did just add the ECMWF one as well. All right, let's bring back up the national view, guys. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna zoom into the Midwest here. We're gonna talk a bit about the Midwest. Let's see, Central U.S. maybe. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're back. So once again, we're back here, the GFS model. Let's see, regarding our instability. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying here, you know, the instability is going to be building in here for, like I said, starting Thursday. Places out there by like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas right now. Yeah, these areas right in here, these areas right here are already in that risk area regarding severe weather. So like Kansas, you know, Oklahoma, and like northern Texas, we already do have a severe weather threat out there. So we'll have to watch out for Thursday. You know, like I said, anything further than that's just a little iffy to the SPC, which there is still a lot of things that could change, you know, between now and then. But coming up here for Friday, I mean, that's where things, you know, continue. Friday we'll continue to get that northerly advection. I drew that line very badly. Continue to get that northerly advection there. You know, all that warm air starting to pull up, which will increase that instability there. Pretty good amount, you know, out there as well. Forecast hour. I mean, this is a couple days away. Like I said, this is a couple days away. Let's take a look at those lower level winds with that, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, so there you go. There's our lower level winds. There we go. Yeah, I mean, we got ourselves, you know, those winds are pretty strong out there. You know, with that shortwave trough we got going on, that low pressure system kicking up out there by the Central Plains there, that'll really get those winds amplified and all that stuff. You know, that'll really get those winds kicking. Which at that point, like I was saying, that could be a bit of a tornadic concern, you know, with those lower level winds amplified and all that stuff. What's up, Tiffany? Hope you're doing good. Roaster Jim says, yep, new model has joined the club. Yeah, I've seen that. We'll have to continue. I mean, I'll keep an eye on it, see if it's anything interesting. Like the European one, the AI enhanced European one. I've heard some pretty bad things about that model. But like I said, I mean, the thing about meteorology is, like I said, you can't just trust one model anyways. You know, it's something that you gotta kind of compare the models with. Like, you gotta see, you know, the differences, right? So if one model says one thing, one model shows the other, they kind of cancel each other out, right? And if you have a model showing one thing that the other model agrees with, you keep that and you throw away what they disagree on. So in this case, like I said, the models agree on a lot of instability down towards the Midwest, and they do agree on a lot of, you know, strong wind shear as well. Let's hop back to Euro. Let's hop back to the ECMWF here. But yeah, I mean, here, I'll even show you this as well with the instability and stuff like that for the European model. I mean, like I said, this has been this way for the last several runs too. Like between the GFS and like the ECMWF model and stuff like that. So anyways, let's see here. Rachel says, wait, what's going on? Is this new? So this will be starting next Thursday. This is still a couple days away, of course. There's still some things that could change with it, but the models are surprisingly in line with this system coming up here. I mean, they agree on a big pool of instability kicking up there across like the southern plains, portions of the Midwest, Central Plains, and they also agree on the fact there with some pretty strong wind shear. Like, I'll go ahead and draw this for an example here. So here is our, oh my goodness. So basically, here's roughly our pool of instability. Once again, take this with a grain of salt. You shouldn't take this seriously right now, but just know that there will likely be a pretty big severe weather event coming up next week. So what you just don't worry about it. Like I said, don't freak out about it, but just keep an eye on it. It's just something we need to watch. It's something we need to keep an eye out there for. Let's see here. So if I overlay if I overlaid some of those winds, you can see here. Those winds definitely do get pretty strong there. Yeah, let's see, especially the night before there. Yeah, look at that for Friday. Really shows a pretty good amount. Let's see, forecast hour 174. A lot of strong lower level winds. Let's see, forecast hour 174. Let's see here. There you go. Right there. Yeah, so that's there for Friday. Could be seeing a bit of that. Let's go and grab a sounding out there in eastern Kansas. Just kind of see what's going on with this here. Yeah. Storms could definitely slow down right there. I mean, yeah, the instability is there. The kinematics, the wind shear is there as well. Let me grab another sounding here. Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty solid sounding there. You got that veering. So you can see in our lower atmosphere how the winds towards the surface they're northerlies. They do move up north. And as we go up in elevation here, you can see that the wind direction actually kind of changes here to the northeast. So, like I was saying, it's that sudden change in wind direction is what causes, that lower level spin and that instability, the potential for tornadoes, I should say, not instability. The instability contributes to that, because obviously you have the veering winds and you have the instability. That is what gets your thunderstorms going, right? So that's where you get your vertical velocities. You get your updraft. It takes all that warm air from the surface, shoots it up in the air, condenses it, and it just starts this whole big parade. But, with those winds changing like that definitely can create some tornadoes, unfortunately. But, I do think, personally, this will be a tornado event. As well as I do think it'll be hail and also damaging winds, too. I mean, yeah, the models with the amount of instability and stuff too. Here's Supercell Composite. We'll take a look at here. Yeah, look at that. So there's wow, holy cow. Yeah, GFS goes a little little wild with that. Just because I can, I'm just gonna grab a cherry pick. Don't. This is something you shouldn't do. This is something you shouldn't do. It's just doing it because I can. That is pretty crazy though. That is pretty crazy though. But that's just dumb. Just don't do what I just did there. That's just something you don't do. Anyways, let's see. Is it moving east? Yes, lucky it will be moving east. Let's see. Nikki says, "Oh, something new. Just tuned in." Yep. Yes, indeed. It is indeed something new. Let's go and hop to the full U.S. view. So there you go. So there's for late Saturday. Late Saturday. Not this Saturday, guys. This is for not tomorrow Saturday. This is for the next Saturday. There is a lot of agreement, though, like I was saying, between the models here. I mean, we go to the previous model run of GFS. That's the 18 Zulu. Here's the 16 Zulu. I mean, the general idea is still there. The general idea is still there. So there is that agreement. And also the European model even shows more instability up further north. But, plus with our lower level winds and all that stuff from that shortwave trough that we get, that low pressure system that develops right in the central plains there, really going to amplify those winds, both in our lower and our mid atmosphere, which is going to allow for that veering potential for some tornadoes, and of course that northerly advection, all that moisture coming up from the Gulf, just really feeding a bunch of warm air into the country here. And like I was explaining here too, with our dew points and stuff like that, there's a lot of moisture, and like I was explaining, the higher the dew point is, the more moisture the atmosphere can hold, and the more moisture the atmosphere can hold, the greater the potential could be, actually, because storms, they rely on moisture. They need the moisture to really thrive. And higher dew points means, potentially some bigger storms in some cases. It's not the only thing that contributes to bigger storms, but it's one of the big things that does. Let's see here. Well, Michigan. So yeah, Dragon. It's not known right now if this will reach up Michigan. Right now, I'm only really confident in these areas roughly getting some severe weather. As of right now, these areas are the areas I'd watch out for. Up here in the Ohio Valley, I'm just not too confident quite now. I'm not too confident yet. What about in St. Louis? Potentially. There's a good potential that it could, for later on next week, could impact, maybe late next week, could impact the Midwest. Yes, there's a good possibility of that. Let's see, is Indiana? Indiana, maybe. Like I said, honestly, I'd still like to wait a couple days before I can really tell you if that Indiana will be included in this. It's still a little bit far out of my realm of watching. I mean, you know me, I don't like looking more than 5 days out when it comes to weather. And like I was saying, like I was mentioning in previous streams, it's like unless the only exemption is if there is solid agreement for multiple models and multiple model runs, and that's what we have. I mean, the GFS European model, they agree pretty well, to be honest. I mean, they have their differences still, of course, but they do agree on the fact that this could happen. It will likely happen. So, but yeah, to be specific for which areas, as of now, it's a little iffy, but I think, confidence is definitely growing for some places out there. Like once again, these areas specifically is where I'd really watch out there for it. I mean, it obviously could go further northeast. It probably will go a little further northeast in those areas I circled. But, I mean, at that point, I just want to see a little bit more information and stuff like that on it. But, I mean, yeah, look at that. That just all kind of lines up there. Definitely a little interesting. Previous GFS before that, so you can see the consistencies there. This is the run from yesterday night, and you can see how it's still showing what it's showing right now. There's still pretty solid agreement between the models there. Let's see. I keep hearing a lot of people talk about Radar Mega. I downloaded the alpha version to learn how to read it. Gotcha. Okay, it's a pretty nice program. It is. It has very much some bugs. I ran into some bugs yesterday when doing the live coverage, but it's solid. I mean, it gives you a lot of information. It's pretty good. Let's see here. Lucky says my house burned in 22. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. I'm in single wide trailer, so my storm anxiety is horrible until I get my new house. I hear you, man. I hear you, Lucky. Like I said, we'll keep an eye on it for you. I'll keep you posted. And like I said, there's no reason to freak out about this or worry about this right now. I mean, it's still days away. There's plenty of things that can still change with the system. I mean, even though we have a lot of agreement between the models now, there is still a lot of things that could change. But there's no reason to panic, no reason to freak out right now. It's once again it's still a little ways down in time. I mean, it's still quite a few days away, but it's once again, nothing to freak out about. It'll be okay, guys. We'll get through it like we have. I mean, like I said, these events we've been tracking for the last little bit. We've gotten through them. Yesterday was pretty hefty. We actually had a couple tornadoes yesterday, quite a few of them actually, and But like I said, we'll get through it. We'll definitely get through it. I promise you. And like I said, I will be here to help you, stay weather aware in order to be prepared for the storm. We'll keep you all ahead of the storm and stuff like that. So, but anyways, let's see here. But yeah, so like I said, y'all, we'll definitely be watching out there for it. We're going to hop y'all back over here to this view over here. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and bring y'all back over here. So yeah, this is the current outlook. Like I said, this is the current risk area here as of right now from the Storm Prediction Center. So this is for Thursday. They don't have any for Friday quite yet because it's still a little ways away. But for Thursday, we already do have ourselves these risk areas here from the SPC. So basically north central Texas, including Wichita Falls area, is included in that. Like I was saying, areas out there by, like western Oklahoma, including Lawton. Lawton, Oklahoma is there. Oklahoma City's just shy of that area, or right around that area, I should say. Even Oklahoma City should keep an eye out there for it. Same thing for like Wichita, Dodge City. It's moving into Kansas now, of course, towards Salina, Great Bend, Hayes. Some of those areas here. We are at risk for severe weather coming up for Thursday already. And like I said, likely this will be a multi-day severe weather event. So coming in for Friday and then for Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. We'll see. But absolutely. What's up, Pete? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Hope y'all having a great evening. You too, man. You too, man. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you here. All right, we're gonna hop on back over here, y'all. So yeah, for Thursday's event, like I said, Thursday is gonna be the start of all this. Let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and bring y'all back over here. Yeah, Thursday is gonna be the start of all this here. So here is late Thursday. Now the GFS has it pretty capped out, which basically means that storms will have a struggle forming. But GFS has never really been the best model to determine this. But it does show, there definitely could be some storms rolling through here. But yeah, like I was saying there, I mean, there's a lot of instability available there. But I honestly think as we continue throughout the late week, here's Friday. Once again, Friday showing a big pool of instability there. Decent lower level jet, mid-level jet here. Let's see, pretty weak actually on that one, but it's still enough for organization. But yeah, instability there. Dew points. Very rich moisture. Yeah, very rich moisture in our lower atmosphere. Definitely could kick off some of those storms. Let's see. I heard someone mention that storms would be active towards the end of the month. Which is my opinion, or is that too far to tell? So, Tyler, this is the kind of storm we're watching. This is for next week regarding it. I mean, this storm is very much likely to be very active for several days. Probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. I know this is a little far down in time, but like I said, the models they're doing good. They are agreeing pretty well. Both the Euro and the both the Euro ECMWF and the GFS American model. They're both long range. They both do agree pretty well. And usually when they do agree, it usually happens. It usually does. And like I said, I mean, at this point, I am very confident, like 98% sure this is going to kick off. I'm super, super confident in this storm here. But, this will be happening for late next week, which will be kind of towards the end of the month, of course. I mean, we're already past the middle of April. So it's like, I mean, whenever it comes to it, this system will definitely be probably pretty active overall. So we'll need to keep on it. We'll keep an eye on it, Tyler. But let's see. Yeah, then we work our way over here to Saturday, late Saturday there. A lot more advection occurs. Got a lot more moisture pulling up from the Gulf, just driving a lot more moisture, a bit more instability building into those regions there too. As you can see, a lot of unstable air. Not just across the southern plains and central plains, but also portions like the Midwest and some places of the deep south. And, it definitely could be pretty active severe weather-wise. Also, like I said, our lower level winds, I mean, pretty strong between the GFS and the ECMWF. Here's the European models, lower level jet versus the GFSs here. So you can see they're pretty much in line. I mean, they're pretty similar to one another. They definitely do agree to some extent. Mid-level winds, we got this mid-level winds of ECMWF. I mean, so you can see they're pretty close. They are pretty close. That's not something you really see that often. Is those two models really agreeing on something? Usually they're very opposite of each other. I've noticed. Usually. Let's see here. What's up, Robert? Saying, "Hey everyone, hello sir. I'm still in the hospital with liver failure. Once again, man. Hope everything goes all right for you. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. But I heard St. Louis. So we got 7 tornadoes here last. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad yesterday. I live in Springfield. Anything for anymore. So while it is still a little early to be for sure, it does look like there is a storm system coming up towards the Midwest here, probably for sometime Saturday, Sunday. Like I said, this is next week, so it's a little ways away. But like I said, the models they're on agreement mode. They've been agreeing about this for actually a couple days now, in which SPC has already started rolling out risk areas regarding severe weather for next week. Like I said, Thursday, we already have a risk area for like the Central Plains, like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. But, like I said, it's still a little early, but it's something that, we should keep an eye out there for. But, yeah, I would look out for Saturday, maybe Sunday of next week. I mean, it's, like I said, I know it's pretty far out there, but models, they're doing all right. They are. Obviously, to this, to the preciseness, to be specifically for something, it's still a little early to tell, but the general idea, like I said, the general idea is there between both models, in which they do show a pretty big and multi-day event, severe weather event kicking off there. Thank you so much for letting us know that it's next week. Yeah, it is next week. It is next week. It's not this weekend. It's not like tomorrow. It's next week. Late next week, actually. End of the weekend. So end of next week, starting Thursday, going through Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. Will probably be the days of severe weather. I mean, it will be a multi-day event. It will at that point. I mean, it definitely will be kicking off here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and maybe Sunday. But like I said, a little far away. So it should be taken, fairly lightly right now. But, with the agreement with the models here, it just makes it a little more concerning. Just strong agreement this far out. I mean, we'll see how the models act. Like I said, we'll keep you all updated on this. Tomorrow we'll do another live stream on this, and the day after that. Every day until the event gets here, we'll do a live stream to prepare you guys for this event. We'll be here to let you all know about it. We'll keep you guys posted on it and stuff like that. So, if we do get ourselves any new information that comes through, you'll hear it here. You will. And like I said, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, guys. It'd be greatly appreciated. Obviously, like I said, we want to be here to help y'all out. We want to help you guys here to be weather-aware, be prepared, and all that stuff. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing. Leave a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, it is just something we need to watch out for the next couple of days here. I mean, it's definitely looking a little interesting. We're going to hop over here for real quick. Let's see here. Yeah, so there we go. So there's the GFS model. So really the close activity right now, what we got to look out for. Like I said, tonight, actually, into tomorrow, we do have ourselves a bit of rain down in the south. We're going to see a little bit of rainfall down there. But the good news, look at this. Got a big dome of high pressure here in the central country. This is in the immediate range. This is like tomorrow and the day after. Like, look at this. This is nice, high pressure. If you don't know what that means usually sunny conditions and usually some nice overall conditions in general. So we get a break from severe weather, thankfully. Tomorrow we do have a little marginal down in South Texas, but it shouldn't be anything too crazy. It really shouldn't be. But man, I'm just happy to say that that's going to be just a bit of a break for us, a bit of a break. And then, of course, that high pressure rolls out, and then that's whenever that new system kicks up out there towards the Central Plains, which will work its way up there to the northeast here a bit. Yeah, anything after that, it's in La Land, of course. Oh, I need to fix my scene here. I don't know if y'all see that. There you go. But yeah, so that's the next system here coming up here overall. So we got that little disturbance in the deep south, driving a little bit of rain, high pressure building up. We do have another little low pressure system coming up here for April 22nd and 23rd here, as you guys can see. See that little guy coming down there? So yeah, little disturbance here. I don't think it'll do too much. Yeah, I mean, there's like no instability or anything like that on it, so it shouldn't spark off many thunderstorms. I mean, yeah, shouldn't do anything there. Also, snow-related, I don't think it's going to cause that much problems. I mean, maybe a little bit of snow in, like, southern Canada. Maybe some northern U.S. states could see maybe a little bit of snow out of it, but it's nothing big, nothing too big. Let's see here. Temperature-related to things. Big cool-down, actually. Yeah, look at that. So we've had that big cool-down, that cold front roll through. It's actually a little cooler than normal. It will be for a little bit. And, actually you can really see that with those temperature anomalies there. So you see the blue. That's basically telling us that we're in the blue and kind of pinkish purple colors. That's letting us know that we are in cooler than normal temperatures than usual from data between 81 and 2010. And obviously the red there, that's showing above average temperatures, so it's where things are a little, a little warmer than usual. And then, but yeah, so it's going to be pretty cold, cooler, I should say, not cold, but cooler than usual. And of course, with that advancement of that next storm system, with all that warm air advection, all that warm moisture coming up from the Gulf, that's going to allow things to warm up for a temporary amount of time before that cold air smacks back down again. But like I said, at that point, this is very far out. It's getting a little far, but that is just generally what we can expect here for the next little bit here. Yeah, got that moisture coming in for the deep south here. Just a little bit of rain, like I said, between tonight and tomorrow. Looking out there, and then it dries up with that high pressure, which is pretty nice. pretty nice. Oh, also something I wanted to do with you guys is look at the satellite view. Actually, that's something I did want to mention with y'all. We're gonna bring y'all over here to this. Actually, wrong screen. Hold on. There we go. There we go. That's the right screen. I wanted to show you guys this. Here's the satellite view. We're gonna have to load this up here. So let's go ahead and load all that up. So there you go. There's your satellite view for the last little bit, and you can actually see right here that tropical jet going right over the southern United States there. So that's actually what's causing all of that. I drew a low pressure there for us. But that's actually what it's kicking off out there. You can see yesterday where we had those storms. Look right here. See those big plumes? Those were the storms we had yesterday. They were, there you go, right there. Pretty crazy. I've always loved satellite view, just looking at the sat view. And of course you can see that rolling through, which is leading to some higher pressure out here towards the central U.S., which is pretty nice. It's going to allow for things to calm down just a tad. And overall, it's just going to be better conditions for us for a little bit. Let's see here. Lucky says it's 50s in Indiana, but let's see, it's not raining. No tornadoes. That's good. That's definitely good. Yeah, we don't want no naders out there. That is definitely for sure. We definitely don't want any more naders. Let's see. We'll zoom into the deep south here for a minute. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's that jet I was showing you guys. Tropical jet stream going right over southern U.S. right now, so that's going to drive a bit of rainfall for tonight. But yeah, like I was explaining, with the total amount of rainfall. So the total amount of rainfall coming up out of the system here is going to be, let's see, not much, not a whole lot. Let me move over here to the south central U.S. Here we go. Yeah, so we're only going to see about maybe an inch or two up in some areas here. You can see for tonight and tomorrow, just a little streak of rain, nothing too wild. I mean, we could get some localized areas. The heaviest of the rainfall is probably going to be right in here, towards like northern Louisiana, like northeastern Texas. There could see a little bit more rain up in some of those regions there overall. But like I said, it's not going to be that much. Also, for tomorrow, so yeah, here was tomorrow's threat. Here's today's threat. Don't got any more severe weather today expected. So tomorrow, actually, we have two little marginal risks. No tornadoes, though. No tornadoes. We're good. We don't got to worry about naders tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow we do have a little wind threat. So these are two areas of 5% for the potential of, like I said, the potential there for a little bit of winds between 60 and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Should be right around 60 for the most part. Let's see, hail, yeah, about 5% down there. So we have a little hail threat down there in South Texas tomorrow too. Let's actually do a little bit of analysis on that. You know what? Yeah, let's hop over here to HRRR. We're gonna take a look and see what the conditions are looking like for tomorrow. Let's see. So we got ourselves system rolling through. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. So there you go. There's tomorrow's storm system. So kicking off tomorrow evening there. Yeah, it looks like we could get a bit of a block of storms, as you can see, kicking off out there. Let me pull up the RAP model here. yeah, the lower level winds, like I said, yeah, the winds are weak, so there shouldn't be any tornadic concern really with these guys. So that's good news. No tornadoes, like I said, tomorrow. We're not expecting any naders. Instability though could be decent. You know, some areas models are showing like 1,000, 1,500 joules per kilogram, which that's good, pretty good amount. NAM shows a little more. Honestly, not surprised. NAM is a little crazy. But yeah, same thing between the two models there. It's just there's not much lower level wind shear, so that's not going to allow for anything crazy tornadic or anything like that to occur. Moisture, yeah, I got dew points up in the 60s, 70s. Pretty good. So yeah, tomorrow evening, if you live out there towards South Texas, like I was explaining here, we'll go and bring back up the future radar. You can actually see here. So as we progress, actually right now, obviously we're starting to see a bit of rainfall start to kick up there. We could get a couple booms of thunder, honestly, but yeah, tomorrow you can kind of see this little system develop there. Driving a bit of organized severe weather, disorganized severe weather. So a couple of isolated severe storms could be possible out of that. Yeah, tomorrow evening is when that's going to really start to pop off. 22 Zulu, that's like 6 p.m. Eastern, so 5 Central for you guys. That could really start popping off here according to the HRRR there. But it does show that, let's see, yeah, our dew points, like I said, pretty rich dew points. That's good. That'll allow for a lot of moisture to be carried up into the storms there. Let's take a look at the southeast here. Yeah, with that other threat we have. Let's see. Let me bring up the SPC again here for tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow we also have that threat for South Alabama, Southeast Alabama, Southern Georgia, Southern South Carolina. So yeah, let's take a look at that and see what we got going on here tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, you can see here maybe a discrete storm or two, towards like South Carolina, maybe rolling through. Let's see here, a couple storms down in the deep south towards like Alabama. This kind of looks like it's going to be a bit of a late storm system, maybe late afternoon, kind of early mid-evening. Carrying in past a little bit past sunset there. Let's see, instability with this, yeah, pretty decent. About the same as Texas, 1,000, 1,500 joules per kilogram. NAM probably showing 2,000. Just knowing how NAM is. No, NAM actually agrees to some extent there. Some areas near 2,000, but so there's enough instability for these areas tomorrow. Let's see. Go ahead and bring up our lower level winds. Oh yeah, there's absolutely no lower level wind component tomorrow, so there's absolutely no threat for tornadoes. So tomorrow we're good. Yeah, there's no threat for tornadoes in both areas, especially the southeast there. I mean, there's like 5 knots in some areas. It's nothing much. Honestly, our winds just in general, our kinematics. Our winds throughout the atmosphere in general is actually pretty weak. Yeah, they're really not that strong. Dew points here. Yeah, I mean, we do got ourselves those rich dew points. 60s, 70s should be good. But honestly, yeah, I mean, that is what we got going on there, you guys. Really not much more info we can talk about here. I mean, we basically went over everything. And like I said, we just got to watch out really for that next system coming up here starting Thursday. Going into Friday and, of course, into Saturday there potentially as well. Maybe even Sunday. And like I said, we'll have to just keep an eye on it very, very closely. I think I broke my thing here. Did I break my COD? I did. There we go. I don't know what I did there. But yeah, so no, we'll have to watch out for that next storm system there. I mean, it's really gonna bring a lot of instability to the table. Bring a lot of energy to the table there. Bringing a pretty good lower level jet there with that shortwave trough and mid level winds too. Could be pretty decent in some areas there. Let's see. Tiffany said I just joined Discord. How do I add people? Let's see here. Click on their name, and then it should say like add friend on the top right. Yeah, if you wanted to add somebody, that's how you do that. Let's see here. Anyways, but yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye out there for it, guys. Over the next little bit. But if there's any questions y'all might have before we roll off here, feel free to let me know. Like I said here, yeah, that's pretty much what we got going for us right now. Tomorrow on the table, I do plan on doing another live stream for you guys. I don't think we're going to do coverage tomorrow unless we get some like crazy storms. Then of course I'll go live. But we're not expecting. I don't think we're going to see anything too crazy tomorrow. Maybe just an isolated hail and wind threat tomorrow, like we were talking about there in the south and southern Texas and also like the southeast U.S. There could be a little bit of something going on out there tomorrow. Just a couple severe storms, but like I said, y'all, yeah, if there's any questions, any comments, feel free to let us know in the chat here. Like I said, before we roll off here, I appreciate y'all for being here. I really do. Once again, thank y'all for hanging out with us. And like I said, whenever we do hang out there, like I said, or whenever you do leave here, consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. What's up, Davis? Hope you're doing good. Sorry I was late. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Good to see you too, my friend. Yeah, so like I said, we'll do the same tomorrow. We'll just continue updating you guys on the storm system here. I mean, it does look a little concerning, but like I said, it's still a couple days away, so there's no reason to panic, no reason to freak out about it. We should be good. But we'll keep you posted. So subscribe for more updates and all that stuff. I want to start doing more videos soon. I think we're going to start doing some more of those. Yeah, I definitely think we're going to start to do some more of those out there. Can I run the model all the way through one more time? Yeah, of course. Yeah, so here's the GFS model. We were looking, both the European and the GFS model do agree to a pretty good extent here. So coming up for Thursday, we get ourselves a bit of convection, a bit of storm activity out there towards like Texas, going in through Oklahoma and Kansas, which, like I said, the Storm Prediction Center, they already do have that risk out there for some of those regions there. You can see like Wichita Falls included, Lawton, Oklahoma, Elk City, Woodward. This goes up into Kansas too, out there towards like Wichita, Dodge City, Russell, Hayes, Medicine Lodge, some of those regions there too. So yeah, so keep an eye out there for that. Whenever it comes to it, the instability and stuff, so that'll continue into Friday. SPC doesn't have a risk yet for Friday, but it will more than likely come at some point, if models continue, which, like I said, the previous model run shows like the exact same thing. So there is still a lot of agreement for the last several model runs, but yeah, a lot of instability builds into the country here, and at the same time, we got some pretty strong lower level winds there. Mid-level winds are questionable. They should still work, of course. And like I said, our moisture supply, we have a lot of rich dew points there, which could really supply a lot of moisture to those storms there. And then, of course, we continue further down in time here into Saturday, which Saturday could be a widespread severe weather threat. You can see instability goes way up there, even up there towards like the Midwest, which Saturday could be a little interesting. Once again, very strong lower-level winds with that shortwave trough that we have going up there. Some really, really strong lower-level wind component there. Same thing for mid-level winds. Got to think to our trough there. Then Sunday is a little far-fetched, but it would be quite possible that we have another day of continuing severe weather, maybe even up there towards the Ohio Valley there for the 28th. But at this point, it's a little far-fetched, but both models do agree on it. Both the European and the GFS model, they do actually agree on it. So we'll have to see there overall. But anyways, that is the last of the model runs for you guys for now. Like I said, we're gonna, there's all that moisture coming up there too towards the Midwest and all. So we'll have to see. But all right, you guys. Well, like I said, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here for tonight. Let me go ahead and go over our donators here as a big thank you to our supporters. Obviously, at the end of every stream, we always say a thank you to our donators. We had ourselves, one donor today, which goes to Mark. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Appreciate it. Also, we had Bustin becoming a tropical storm. Appreciate it. Aiden here, Catman, member for 9 months, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all of your support. Once again, Mark, thank you for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. You absolutely rock, my friend. Like I said, guys, on the way out, make sure you leave a like, hit that subscribe button. If you guys could, share this to your social media, Twitter, Instagram, obviously Facebook. If y'all want to share this to help get that word out there and help spread awareness, it'd be much appreciated. And honestly, would be very, very beneficial to other people. So if you guys could do that, it'd be much appreciated. But yeah, so anyways, y'all. Once again, everybody, thank you for joining. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. You guys take care out there. And like I said, we'll pick up on this tomorrow. We'll pick up more on this tomorrow. We'll do a live stream for you guys tomorrow as well, tomorrow evening. And I'm going to try to work on a video for you guys. We'll have it up by the morning for you guys. How about that? So we'll have a video up for you guys in the morning, so you guys can take a look at that. I'll have it scheduled for like, I don't know, maybe like 8 o'clock or something to upload. So what's up, Scott? Hope you're doing good, man. Let's see here. Thank you for your time, Andrew. Hope you're feeling better. I am feeling better. Thank you, Lucky. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Can I show Middle Tennessee for the weekend? At that point, it's a little far-fetched, my friend. So we're going to hold off on that for now. Tabletop, there's nothing on the horizon right now for you, man. You are good to go. You are good to go. But, alrighty, guys. You guys take care. Once again, thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, my friends. We'll catch y'all here in the next one. See y'all later on.